All right. Hey, everybody. Dan here at stockmarketmentor.com. And I want to talk about Tesla today. Now, I haven't traded this stock in a long time. It's just been really, really sloppy. And I've been too busy to day trade it, which is about the best, about the best way to trade this stock. And by the way, you can check the website. I'm actually teaching a day trading class a week from this Saturday. So you should check that out if you like doing this kind of trade. So, and that kind of sets us up for tomorrow because this is an after hours thing. Like this is where the stock was. It was actually down a bit. And then they come out and report earnings. And it turns out they're going to be releasing more affordable models. At least they're going into production in the first half of next year. And by the way, time flies, that's not too far from now. And they beat on margins because they've got a lower cost of goods, even with the Cybertruck ramp and lower prices. You know, they've been dropping prices. And so, and there's other issues. They've got the regulatory credit revenues, which could be ending soon, and that increases their margins. And so basically, for the most part, it's all good. And they're still at a point where they're beating the snot out of these other EV manufacturers, irrespective of what everybody seems to think about Musk's politics and stuff. When it gets right down to it, most people, except the lunatic fringe, are you're just going to buy what you want to buy. You either we have a Tesla and we love it. Well, my wife loves it. I don't because I never drive it. So it's kind of confusing to me, but she loves her Model X. I keep hitting my head on the gull wing doors. So such as it is. But it's an acquired taste. And so there's definitely a market for this, but this is the thing. I'm looking at the weekly chart and see, I like this better because it's showing a very, very long base going back years, pretty volatile, pretty choppy. If you consider the high was here and the low was here, we're talking over 50% retracement, but it's starting to tighten up here. And I like that. So the stock, this 240 bucks, I'll take it back to here. It was actually down here. So tomorrow, when we've got this incorporated into the price, we could see more upside. We could see more upside in this. And so what I'd suggest doing tomorrow is get yourself into a multi-window time frame here. You can use the daily chart just for a frame of reference. And then I typically use an hour, but even go down to 30 minutes and then 15 minutes. And even for the first couple minutes of trading, even go down to the 1 minute chart just to see what's happening. And the idea is you want to see, because stock's going to gap up tomorrow, you want to see if there's sellers that are selling into the gap. If the stock is up more than 10% tomorrow, and it's up 9.8 now, if it's up more than 10% tomorrow, that is definitely a risky stock to be buying. It might even turn into a good short on a very short-term basis. But the idea is you want to be watching the opening to see how the stock behaves during the first, say, 5 minutes of trading. If it's above its opening print, then you definitely want to be long. If you're shorted the stock, but it's above the opening print, you're wrong. Just admit it and move on. It's going to be for aggressive traders, but that's the way that I would trade it. So anyway, that's all. And by the way, don't forget to look at pivot points. You definitely need to look at the volume weighted average price, but that's all that stuff's for another day. This is more like what it looks like. So anyway, that's all I got for you in this video. I hope you're doing well. I think the next couple of weeks prior to the election are probably going to be a bit of a snooze fest just because I just don't see there being much aggression in the market one way or another because of the impending election month that we're going to have. Other countries count them in a day. We got to let all the lawsuits and all the all the dead folks who feel strongly enough about the election that they came out from the grave and voted multiple times. So I don't know. Anyway, a lot of uncertainty going on. And so I don't see there being a big catalyst to the upside other than next week when Microsoft and Meta report earnings on the same day, October 30th. That could get pretty sporty. So between now and then, I'm just kind of sticking with what I have and working on something else. I'll see you later.